How you all doing? See, sorry, all many of people that have spoken here, they are brilliant speakers. They are used to this corporate. I'm not, so I'm just going to blast it out. Eh? So please don't. We have seasoned speakers here. I'm not a seasoned speaker. In fact, I do not like speaking to people like this. I like close contact, close door gist. So maybe sometimes I'll come here, safe. Yeah, so that we'll feel it will have this very gisty effect. I like gist. I don't know how to gist a lot because I'm a very boring guy. But I like hearing people's gist, tafia things. Yeah. So I'm going to be giving you tafia gist from my own life. She can just gist now. Okay. I'll be answering me. I like, as I said, I'm a Benin boy. So that's my accent there. The real Benin things. As I was telling somebody yesterday, she said, she has been living in Benin for a while. Now she now says things. We don't say things in Benin. We say things. Things. You understand? And look, let me tell you something. French, I happen to be around, so if there's anybody that's French here, no offense. I happen to be around French people a lot, I think, earlier in the year. And see, they know they care. And when they are speaking that English, it's as if the thing is rubbish in their mouth. They'll say, what? And they'll just go to French, switch to French again. They are speaking to you, they know you don't. They'll just go to French again, like English, they heavy them from mouth, and they don't care. They love and when they are speaking their language, it's as if they are dripping honeys. They love their language. They love the way they sound, and I wonder at times, why do we not embrace what is ours like that? You are a Benin guy, you are Igbo, you are Hausa. Embrace it. Because there's something unique about you that the world hasn't discovered yet. I've not started my talk. Let me not deviate. Okay, we are gisting. So, the good people at Tell That Story, I want to first of all thank them for having me here. I've admired the work they are doing from afar, and it's blown my mind. And in fact, when I got the invite to come, I was so excited. I was thanking God that it was not a phone call, because they would have been wondering, Baba, why are you so excited now? I was so excited because, when it's like you found lost family, that think like you, that are just, that just resonate. I'm telling you, it's almost eerie to me, because when Wale is speaking, in fact, I'll show you something in my slide he said while he was on stage. And I'm wondering, is this guy spying on me? But it goes to show you that you are not, sometimes when you think you are alone and all the things you are thinking about, you are not. Very soon, if you remain on that unique path, you will find your kindred. I think I found my kindred to tell that story. Put your hands together for them, please. Yes. And whatever it is that you are doing with the website, I am going to support financially, every shally that you can think about. I don't have plenty money. That's no one thing. Please, I don't know what Paul has gone. I better forget what that guy is talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. Okay. Right. So, I was asked to speak on impacted identity, the role of the filmmaker in documenting our stories. Now, I think I have about 25 minutes. I think I've blown away about 5 minutes of that time. And I want to quickly get through my slides so we can gist. I like gist. Is that okay? So I'm going to run through the slides, just pew, 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 pew. Then we'll start gisting for the rest of the time I have. Is that okay? All right, let's go. Okay. So the first thing, this one is an original quote from who? Check the name there. Daro Umaigba. Original quote. Now me. So, Oh, sorry. Okay. I told you people I'm not a professional. So, Africa reflects our shared heritage. As artists, We are called to honor its essence with purpose and integrity. I want you to look at this quote. I put a lot of thought into it. Yeah, I put a lot of thought into it. And I really want you to internalize this thing. Take a picture of it. Because I think everything I'm going to say revolves around this statement. And it's an original quote. So if you are going to quote it, you say, according to Daro Umaigba, and they say, Daro, you blow your trumpet too much. Is it your trumpet? Can I leave the responsibility of blowing my trumpet to another? No, in fact, you can't blow my trumpet. Praise God. Hallelujah. Okay. So, Daro Umaigba, I'm a filmmaker. I've recently accepted the fact that I'm a photographer. And I'm a motion graphic designer. Yeah, there are some of the shows that you might have been watching recent. I think the most recent one I did was Italo. So I did the opening title sequence. Yeah. So I love motion graphic design. And I'm talking about it not because I want you to know what I do. I want you to look at some of the things I've done. I did a Nahe too also. Yeah, the opening title sequence. Okay, it's like this guy has seen it. You have seen it. Okay, you liked it. Yeah, say you liked it, man. It's okay, don't worry. And the reason it's not just that, apart from the fact that, yeah, I want you to know I'm badass like that. Can you say badass? Okay, anyway. No, I love being able to represent culture in a very spectacular way. So if you look at all these things I've mentioned, you see it there. You see it in the works that I do. There's so many beautiful things about us. And if we can package it and present it right, it will be awesome. So, yeah, I like doing that. So, yeah, I do a lot of that. Now, I love telling African stories from a place of dignity and strength. That's very important for me. And in the course of my presentation, I'll explain a bit more on that. Am I talking too fast? Okay. Yeah. All right. So, before I delve into my presentation, I want you to look at a few stats. Africa is home to around 1/3 of the world's languages. That's between 1,000 to 2,000 languages spoken in the region. Now, less than 0.1% of websites on the internet use African languages. This first one, there are two different. Okay, I didn't even number this one thing. So, Africa is home to it's like 1/3 of all the languages in the world comes from Africa. But on the internet, where people learn about the world, see the percentage we're occupying. So when Paul was talking about the fact that you've not even done enough around you, say you see the wala. People have Benin Bronze was mentioned in Black Panther, the movie, blockbuster movie. But people don't know about the people who make the bronze. And you are here. You are here in Benin. See, I've been kicking, where's the Sosa? I've been kicking the back of his seat since. Because for years I've been telling him, bro, don't come to Lagos. Some of us who went to Lagos, I think we made a mistake. Yeah, I think we made a mistake in leaving. Maybe the frustration was too much. But it was much, Chai. It was much, Jesus. But we are in a wonderful time now. The age of the internet, remote working and everything. Don't leave Benin. There is a treasure trove here. The amount of times I come to Benin now, some people who are close to me, they will tell you. Because I have suddenly realized that all that paparazzi they do for Lagos, we are fooling ourselves, spending more money and everything. The treasure trove that is here in Benin is mind-boggling. It will make your brain shake. Because there's a lot that we still need to do. Are you seeing that figure? 0.1%. That's all that we have of Africa. As rich as Africa is, all the knowledge, everything. Now, the second, I didn't. Okay, anyway. Sorry, I told you before. I'm not very good at all these things. Now, the second one, it's supposed to be second statistic there. Africa loses up to, what's that figure? Shout it out to me. Not naira. Even if this thing was naira, forget say naira. They say naira not get value. Even if this thing was naira, you know what? 4.2 billion. Eh? 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 That is how much Africa loses annually in interest payments on loans due to what? Eh? Say it now. This is not Africa. If you know Africa No Filter, they just did the report. It just came out. And those guys, they don't play. Africa No Filter. Africa No Filter. They do all these researches on different things. Those guys, they don't play. So I can tell you, that's the figure. $4.2 billion annually because of negative stereotypes in media. Just because you are not talking about Benin. Just because you are not talking about Kano. Because you are not talking about, no, not you, sir. You are talking. Yeah, I know you are talking. I hear you, sir. But you get what I mean. Okay, let's move on. Okay. So, there are certain things which I'd like to highlight, and I'll draw references from some of the projects I've worked on. Now, please, pardon me. The whole presentation is going to look like I'm advertising myself. If you feel like that at any point, yes, I am. Yeah. I'll even tell you, in fact, 95% of the photographs and everything you are seeing here, I took them. Yes. So if you feel like you are being advertised to at some point, don't worry. That's one of my intentions. But it's not everything. It's okay. So Dick said it's okay. Okay. But I'm going to draw references from the work I've done and from my personal experience too, because I don't really know much about other people. Now myself, I really know. And the things when I don't do. So is it okay? Can I talk about that? Right. So 3 things majorly I'm going to highlight. Insights from my journey, the importance of dignity and agency in our narratives, and the responsibility we hold as artists in shaping how Africa is perceived. Can we go? All right, let's go. So the first of those projects I'm going to talk about is, somebody say it. Say it like you mean it. Who likes suya here? Who does not like suya? Get out of this hall now. I'm kidding. No, I know some of you are vegetarian and you like to eat clean and all that. You are missing. You are a vegetarian. You are an African vegetarian. I don't know. Eh? How does that work? Are you sure you're not British? You are African and you're vegetarian. Maybe you're British, innit? But it's okay. No offense to vegetarians. If you are vegetarians, fine. Eat clean, sustainable, something, save the planet, help the animals, things. Power to the vegetarians. Okay. But me, I love suya. So, I started doing, a couple of years, I started making a documentary about suya. I'm still making the documentary about suya. Don't ask me why it has taken so long. Thank God my wife is not here, and I hope she never watches this video, because recently she asked me, Daro, where's your suya documentary? And you know, when your wife, and women, women are powerful. If you don't know the strength of a woman as a man, oh God, you don't know. She just asked me, see, the cold went enter my body. And usually I give the clap back answers. I not clap nothing. And she asked me, I said, and she just, she not even answer me, she just walk past. But anyway, I've been on that project for, a couple of years now. Now, that project has gone through phases. In fact, that project has really gone through my life. And when it finally comes out, in fact, I think I'll be very fulfilled personally because the project has followed me through my life. Now, the initial version of that project came from, so as I mentioned in my presentation, I've always been a culture buff. I love stuff about culture, all those things. And I'm fascinated by the intricacies of cultural diversity. So everywhere I go, I want to taste their food. I want to connect with the people. I want to hear the language. It's just, I don't have the talent of learning languages. I've tried. I don't know. God will help me. Yeah, but I'm fascinated by culture, and diversity of culture. But earlier in my life, I was a very angry person. Not that I had an angry disposition towards people, but I was always frustrated by the narrative of Nigeria, the narrative of Africa. Because, I will see how Nigeria and Africa has been represented in media. And it didn't frustrate me so much because I know I'm here. We are all here now. We are in an AC, nice place, There's no war happening. We are not dodging bullets here. But the way Africa and Nigeria is represented in media at times is as if constantly we are dodging bullets. Everybody's hunger stricken. See the people, see fresh people here now. Fresh. This is like this man. Everybody's looking. So why are we always being represented as if it's all bad news? So I was very angry. And the initial version of my Suya documentary was even going to, as it just built out all my frustration. And it wasn't even from a positive place. I was going to make a documentary about Suya, and I was going to talk about insurgency in the north, it was bad shit. Sorry. Scratch that. It was all the terrible things that you can imagine. That was the initial version I was going to make, So imagine, I was not going to talk about life and love. No, it was going to be very dark and everything. Because that's where I was at. But something happened to me. I had the paradigm shift. I remembered a TEDx I watched from Chimamanda Adichie, where she talked about the danger of a single story. Now, as a creative, you've not listened to that TEDx. You not agree read the book. You not agree watch TEDx. You are a creative. You are a photographer, filmmaker, documenting. You are a joker. How many, in fact, I don't want to call out anybody. I will say how many people have watched that thing now. See, I've watched that thing so many times. I think I can quote some of our lines. It's a beautiful piece. Please, if you've not watched it, go and watch it. It changed my life, changed my mind. I know people have things against Chimamanda Adichie, but try and remove your biases. Just go and watch that particular one. I know people say she's too extreme, a feminist. Learn to filter things. Tell your neighbor, Another thing that really caused a big paradigm shift for me was Moki Makura. I hope I pronounce her name right. But if you don't know her, go and search for her. She's the convener, or I don't know what you call it, of Africa No Filter. She is a brilliant Nigerian. Brilliant person. So she gave a keynote speech at the film festival I attended, and it blew my mind. In that keynote speech, she talked about how Africa consistently suffers because when Africa is reported in the media, they always use a set of lenses. The lens of poverty, of sickness, of war, corruption, as if that is all that we are. Now, going back to what Chimamanda said about the single story, that is a story, but it's not all the stories. There's the story of Esosa, who is from Benin, who, out of this obscurity, has made himself a notable photographer and filmmaker in Benin. There's that story. Who has told that story? There's the story of Daro Umaigba, a multiple award-winning filmmaker from the city of Benin. My village people, body just be sweeting them now. You know, people they are always running from their village people. Always, me, I'm not like that. Too. Me and my village people were in sync. We roll deep. My MVPs, don't touch them. No, me and my village people, we are together. They cooperate. They on top of my matter. And if you try me, they will fly to you by day. They won't wait for the night. So don't be in contention with your village people. Cooperate with your village people. Go and settle. And they are certainly not hard. Bread. Small thing here and there. And everything will be okay with you in life. Oh my God. Daro, be serious. Be serious in your life. So, I've lost my line of thought. Anyway, so these things birthed in me something new. I began to have a quest. A quest in my mind began to form. And I know Paul said we should not go anywhere. We should not see. We should not go anywhere. But yeah, at least small things can happen, And I now had small means, to see Nigeria. Because I discovered that, even this Nigeria I want to talk about, because Suya, the documentary of Suya is really a story of Nigeria and Africa. I discovered that I did not really know this Nigeria that I was talking about. I grew up in Benin. I moved from Benin, went to Lagos. I started working in Lagos. And from Lagos, na airport, pew, pew, pew. We go to every other place, go and form one British accent in 2 weeks. When you travel anywhere, come back with the accent. Whether even 1 week you spend the accent quick. You know how we be. Yeah. So I had gone to all these other places, but even my Nigeria, I would meet people and they would be talking to me about something that was happening in Kano. There was one guy I met. I'm suspecting that guy. Maybe he... Okay. Huh? No. Whoever they do this thing just now, you will soon hear from my village people. They say, So, and the guy was telling me stuff about Kano. Then when I told him I was from Edo State, the things that he told me blew my mind. So I discovered that I didn't really know much about Nigeria. And, we from the South, we have all these notions about people from the North. And interestingly, when I went up North, I've discovered that people in the North too have all these notions about people in the South. It will interest you what they think about us also, as we are thinking about them. But, so, I think we should make a commitment. When you do have the means, try and see Nigeria. In fact, try and see Edo State. Because you live in Benin, but Benin is not the whole of Edo State. Try and go to other places outside Benin. Before you start running off to Lagos or wherever it is, try see other places. I love the work. Is Zaviano? God bless him. See how everybody's echoing his name. Because he has shown us parts of Edo State. Edo State that we didn't even know. So try. Tell somebody, try. So I made a commitment to see Nigeria, to see Africa. And Suya, finally, because we've been filming for a couple of years now. It has finally become something else that I can say I'm very proud of. So Suya is the story of what a united Nigeria, a united Africa, the possibility of it, what it could look like. Because nobody get quarrel about Suya. We can quarrel about religion, quarrel about even football safe. But when Suya comes, it's a quarrel dissolver. So just maybe we just argue just now. We just put hot Suya in front of us. We'll suspend that quarrel first. So for me, it became like a metaphor for what a unified Nigeria, unified Africa would look like. Because interestingly, as we began to move out, to travel to different places in Nigeria, within Nigeria, out in Africa, I discovered that suya day everywhere. Sometimes it's under a different name, but yeah, it's suya. Basically, the same thing. Yeah, it will interest you to know. In Ghana, in Cameroon, in Ivory Coast, as in, suya is all the way in Sudan. They call it agashi there. And they still recognize its Nigerian heritage. It will interest you to know. Yeah. So, anyways, that's what happened to me with suya. So, moving on. Okay. Now, speaking about the power of storytelling and its capacity to change narrative, let's look at 3 things. Is it 3 things or 4 things now? No. Let's look at 3 things. The soft power of gastro diplomacy. When you think, okay, no, let's treat that first. Now, gastro diplomacy, to explain it quickly, it's using food to talk about your culture. Food. Yeah, you can use food to talk about your culture. Because it's a very easy conversation, you know, especially when the food is good, you know. When you don't pull hand for that starch and banga, and the banga, you don't shift and go, you know, this guy, be like, see, now once they know, like, and enjoyment is in the corner of your eye. You like enjoyment. Yeah, you know, so there's a power there, there's a soft power there, being able to use food to talk about your culture. In fact, I think food is like a repository for history, for culture. So pay attention to your food. Pay attention to how you introduce your food to people. Because there are some things I see online now, and I'm just, okay. So talk about your food more. Talk about the narratives behind your food. Try and search out the history, whether oral or whatever. It is a powerful way with which you can let people know who you are. It's a very soft, subtle way. So it works. It works. Something happened in Thailand. And now, let me ask you, when you think about Thailand, what comes to mind? Just shout it back at me. Huh? Rice, food. Now, once you tell they know people when they sophisticated, you see, Auntie, food, because she does a lot of Thai food. You'll see it in her. When you look at her, sorry, I'm not calling you out, but you look like, yeah. Now, once you say they know, people go to, she knows at least 5 Thai restaurants around the world. Okay, no, I'm not calling her out. Yeah, so rice, food. What? Did anybody say anything else? Huh? You said? Skincare. Okay. Now, do you know, a few years ago, whenever you say Thailand, the first, in fact, even on internet searches, the highest thing that comes up is sex tourism. Yeah, it's just, it's because it has changed so much now. Nobody will know, nobody can even remember. But a few years ago, Thailand was notorious for, in fact, if you want to, you are looking for, there's one place you just, don't ask me I knew, it's research. Before you are looking at me, and in fact, I've not gone to Thailand though. I've not gone to Thailand though. It's research. I'm a researcher. I love reading. Paul is my kindred. See, I read things about nanotechnology. In fact, it's one of my favorite subjects. So, as a filmmaker, as a photographer, let me just throw that there. You don't read. You don't research. Somebody say, No, just look at your neighbor, say, No, look at your neighbor again. You see the way I do? No, see the way I do there. Do it. Say, Okay, I won't say anything. Now, but Thailand, they made a decision. And it was a national effort. They decided that, you know what, we are going to change the narrative about Thailand. And how are we going to do it? Through food. So, do you know what the government did? The government sponsored up to 15,000 restaurants all over the world. So today, when you are talking about Thailand, food Thai food. So before you know waiting they happen, people are now, when you say Thailand now, it's rice, skincare, food that you are thinking about. It was very subtle. But did it work? No, answer me now. Yeah, it worked. So it goes back to what I was saying. Even the smallest narratives that you are thinking about, they are so powerful. There's power in them. And food has that. That's why I love food. You can tell. I love food. It's food that did this to me. Don't worry. Some people say it's rest of man eating food. Yes. But I'm trying, Sha. I'm working out now, watching everything. The last one, I know my time has. I've expended all my time. I'll just try and run through the other things. I would have loved to talk about Akara and go deep into it, but I want you to do some research. In Brazil, there's what they call Acarajé. And Acarajé is Akara from Nigeria. Acarajé in Brazil is protected by law. Who can sell it commercially? You can do Acarajé in your house. But if you must do it commercially, it's protected by law. There's a special way that you dress. Because the way it has become a national intangible asset. It's recognized. Yeah, it's like, this my uncle knows. The same Akara. So, where we they drive our Akara women up and down, we will be driving them. We will chase them, break down their shops here in Benin. In Brazil, they are almost worshipped. They refer to them as goddesses. The same Akara. Let me move on. I'm too passionate, Daro. Calm down. So, yeah. So this is the I would have loved to talk extensively about this because I'm exceptionally proud of this project. So, Free Men is a 7-part documentary series about the Igbo apprenticeship system. No, I'm not Igbo. I'm Benin. But I have always, as I said, I'm fascinated about aspects of our culture that show us from a position of strength and dignity. The Igbo apprenticeship system has transformed lives enormously. You see all these men, that's Chief Alex Okafor. You might not know him because he's very quiet, very private guy, but that guy is a multi-billionaire. In dollars, not naira, in dollars. Yeah. He went through the Igbo apprenticeship system. That's innocent. You guys see his cars now, you know him. Cosmos Maduka, Coach Charis. All these men, they are they can power a country. Between them, they can fund countries. And their money is not in, it's in billions of dollars. Somebody say billions of dollars. That's what's up. They all went through the Igbo apprenticeship system. So the Igbo apprenticeship system is arguably, and it try to contest it, the biggest business incubator in the world. It passed every other business incubator because it has a 90% success rate. Go and do your findings. Lagos Business School has done the research. 90% success rate. So I call the Igbo apprenticeship system African Innovation in Business Education. Write it down. Daro said it. You can clap. So yeah, we did a documentary about that. It's a 7-part documentary series on Showmax. Go check it out. Yeah. Now we doing. Okay, that's the much I can say about that. You read what I said. That's what I said. Okay. Now, next slide. No, not this one. Yeah, this one. So, in fact, I think I can actually end my talk here. How many minutes have I gone, ma? How many minutes have I gone? Huh? I have 3 million. Okay, yeah, I'll run through it. I tried though. So I've not even explained my time yet. Don't worry. I think after this slide, I'll just exit from here because this is the meat of what I'm talking about. Now, dignity and agency in storytelling is telling people's stories with respect and giving them a say in how their stories are shared. When we honor someone's dignity, we show their humanity, no matter their situation. Agency lets people shape their own story, making it true to their experience. Together, these values prevent exploitation, build empathy, and allow stories to be shared in a way that feels authentic and meaningful. There's a quote from Chimamanda that I think buttresses this. She said, "The single story creates stereotypes. And the problem with stereotypes is not that they are untrue, but that they are incomplete. They make one story become the only story." I don't think I even need to explain this thing. Is this thing not self-explanatory? See, let me break it down like this. If I'm a farmer, I go to the farm. I go dirty. And if you are going to take a very good picture of me, it most likely will not be in the evening when I'm coming back from the farm. If you want people to regard me as a human being, take a picture of me maybe in the morning when I'm going to the farm. Then you can have the one when I came back from the farm, maybe later in the article. But the headliner of it, make sure it's in the morning when I'm still looking fresh. Because Africa has suffered a lot of negativity. See, let me tell you something. I'm not trying to be pretentious. As also I will know. I don't film, when I go to a city, I don't film the dirty places. My camera, they pass them. Because there are people who are skilled in doing all that. And I mean, this is no offense to anybody. If you work, maybe you work for CNN or whatever. Now, all those kinds of things now they like. They like all those things. You go and, don't worry. You can do a better job at that for me. There are many people who like to go to Makoko and see the children with catarrh running down their nose and everything. No offense, dude. No offense, ma. Do you? But me, I want to tell the story of, I want to put this, my auntie here, with her badass trousers, as she's looking cool. I want a hero shot of her that look at an African woman. Just take the pose. Take auntie. Don't, in fact, do it. Just camera something. Yeah, I'm talking about you, ma. Now me, you are they talking about now. That's what's up. Yeah. Those are the images I want to capture. Those are the stories I want to tell. Because according to the statistics, there are not enough of us telling those stories. Sorry, I'm becoming too passionate. But this is the truth. I don't want you to live here and go and still be thinking about doing the same thing. We need to tell our stories from a position of strength and dignity. Because there is some dignity and strength in who we are as a people. Sorry, I'm becoming too passionate, but
it's okay.
Look at your neighbor, man. Look at your neighbor. Say,
Thank you, ma.
Okay. Now, in fact, look at this picture. Look. Can you guess where this is? Take a wild guess. Somebody throw some things at me. Dubai. Yeah. You are near. Somewhere in Abuja. Oh, no, you are not near. Tell me where. I know because the way I don't talk since. Let me save you the trouble. This is Ibadan. Expo. I know why they talking. Don't worry. This is Ibadan. Yes. There's no, I didn't Photoshop this. That's the reason. There's no touching up. The grass is actually that green. It's that well manicured. Ibadan. So, in Africa, we should be more strategic about how we represent ourselves in visual media. Let's play to our strengths rather than exploit our weaknesses. They say I should talk about the role that we have as filmmakers in documenting Africa. This is what I'm saying. Because there are not enough of us telling, we are too quick. And see, I understand the hustle. Because the people who really get money, they're the kind of images they want to pay for. But let's tell ourselves the truth also as we are doing that. Okay? Is that all right? Una they encourage me when I do all the small British accent. When it's very hard though for a Benin boy, Benin somebody. Now, next slide. Yeah. No. This slide before that. Don't worry, I'm almost done. Auntie, 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes. I'll be done. I know I've expended my time. Now, there's a very big picture of a rat there. See, this rat, the first time I went to New York, first time, not the second time, the kind rat when I see, my Jesus, they're not they run, no. No, they're not they run. The rat, they mature. They're in an area. In fact, it's as if I was almost hearing them say, "What's up, dude? Yeah, good. What's up? What are you looking at? What's up, dude?" Rats. I'm not one, no. See. Now, no, see. Now, New York rat be this. That's a New York rat. But when you are hearing about New York, in fact, the way they get where's Paul? I wanted to yab him very well because he's a New Yorker. When New Yorkers are talking about New York, you think say when you don't enter there, hey, ice cream and honey will all be flowing everywhere. Then they'll tell you, have you been to Times Square? Times Square, New York. Now, sorry, not be New York, they call them New York. And they say it twice. Very proud. And New York dead. This Times Square, when did they talk about? So, Times Square. When I went to Times Square, I can't they look. Anything they the back. Yeah, I reached Times Square. I don't know say I don't reach Times Square. Say, this is Times Square. I said, this is Times Square. He said, yeah, it's Times Square, New York. I said, now so it reach. This Times Square, it be like, how would I describe it now? God bless you, sir. But many people don't know that reference. So, as you all told this thing now, you just reveal the WhatsApp group that we are in. Please use another reference now. Why you want your cast us like this? So, discard what he said. So, the area not too big like that. Oh. But guess what? This place rakes in $4.8 billion annually. Just because now, waiting there the space, plenty, all these billboards when they see lights. Then, another thing they did was pedestrianize a part of it. So cars so they want more human traffic flowing in through there. That is all they did. Then, they have a whole agency that talks about Times Square, New York. That's where the New York Times is. So when they pump palm, then like Alicia Keys will come sing, New York, concrete. See, if you never go Times Square, in fact, even as I'm still running down Times Square now, when you when they look me so, when you enter New York, you go still go there. Yeah, because the narrative about Times Square, New York, is sweet. And there's a whole army of people consistently talking about it. Do you know that we can do that for Benin? No. Seriously. Do you know that we can do that for Benin? If we start, I've tried this experiment. I started talking about Mama Ebu pepper rice to some of my friends. Mama Ebu pepper rice. The day, I'd even forgotten, the day they entered Benin, that was the first thing. Say, wait, I beg, that Mama Ebu pepper rice you're always talking about, let's go there. And can you not think of one or two things about this city that is spectacular? Or even something that you personally enjoy, no matter how small it is, that we can begin to talk about. This is how perceptions change. This is how the narrative changes. It's not some mighty. You don't need some mighty big explosion to happen. It's in the smallest things, the subtle things. Is anybody getting what I'm saying? The rats of New York are not the ones on the headline. It's Times Square that's on the headlines. It's New York, New York, city of dreams. It's Alicia. In fact, as you did past Times Square, you see here several places where they are playing New York, New York. You can't wonder. I'll be another New York day the back. Why not be this place where dirty? Hey, Jesus. New York, New York. Okay. It's all right. Concrete jungle. You at some point you will follow them. Maybe there's something you are not seeing yet, and the more you will see it. No, those of you who have been to New York, na lie. You see, we don't catch all of them. We don't catch all of them. We don't cast. Now, we cast on ourselves by ourselves. Not with me. Next slide. Now, just to put it in better perspective, not that I didn't say it before. Africa loses what? Africa. How much?